Imagine your body as a huge intelligent factory. The brain is the head office. Hormones are messages and orders. The ovaries are one of the busy production lines. In PCOS, this factory is still receiving orders, but it isn't processing them properly. Signals are coming in, but the system is confused, overloaded, or stuck. Today, through a calm, clear factory metaphor, we'll understand what PCOS really is and how the parts interact. PCOS stands for polycystic ovary syndrome. It's one of the most common hormone and metabolism conditions in people with ovaries. In plain terms, three big things often show up together. Irregular or missing periods when the ovaries aren't releasing eggs regularly. Higher levels of male-type hormones called androgens, which can cause acne or extra hair growth, and many small fluid-filled follicles on the ovaries. Not dangerous by themselves, but a sign that eggs are getting stuck instead of maturing and being released. Not everyone with PCOS looks the same. Some are lean, some are overweight, some have regular periods, some don't. But underneath, the factory is struggling with how it handles orders and energy. First, picture how a healthy factory works. In a typical cycle, the hypothalamus in the brain acts like a scheduling office, sending timed pulses called gene RH. The pituitary gland, the factory's middle manager, reads those pulses and issues two main order forms, FSH and LH. FSH tells the ovary, start maturing follicles, get an egg ready. LH later delivers a stronger command, now release the egg. Inside the ovary, the Cas cells are the raw material makers, producing androgens, while granulosa cells are the converters, turning androgens into estrogen. As one follicle matures, hormones rise and fall in a coordinated dance. A dominant follicle emerges, and ovulation occurs. After release, progesterone is produced to prepare the uterus. In a healthy factory, orders come in rhythm, production lines move smoothly, and products leave on time. Now imagine the glitches when PCOS appears. Several systems misfire at once. Glitch 1. Insulin. The energy manager starts sending confusing signals. Insulin's job is moving glucose from blood into cells so they have fuel. In many people with PCOS, workers become insulin resistant. They don't respond properly. The body compensates by producing more insulin. This extra insulin doesn't only affect sugar handling, it also tells the cathepsin cells to make more androgens and lowers SHBG, a liver protein that normally binds hormones. So more free androgen circulates. In factory terms, the energy manager is shouting louder. The raw material department overproduces androgen parts, and these parts aren't processed into correct finished products. Glitch 2 involves the head office timing. The hypothalamus normally sends GnRH pulses at specific speeds. In PCOS, pulses frequently speed up, pushing the pituitary to release more LH than FSH. That means the release in androgen signal, LH, becomes louder while the grow and mature signal, FSH, is relatively weaker. The office keeps sending rush orders for raw material without enough careful instructions for quality control. The ovary churns out androgen while follicles fail to finish growth and ovulate regularly. Glitch 3. The assembly line jams. Normally, one follicle becomes the star and ovulates. In PCOS, many follicles begin growth but stop midway, like products stuck on a conveyor. Ultrasounds may show multiple small follicles arranged around the ovary's edge, a string of pearls. These are not dangerous cysts, but arrested follicles. Eggs that started development without a clear final instruction to mature and be released. The line is crowded with half-finished packages, storage fills, and nothing moves to shipping. The factory appears busy but is not productive. Glitch 4 concerns hormone balance and missing progesterone. Without ovulation, progesterone production drops. Estrogen may remain steady or rise, so balance shifts toward more estrogen influence and less progesterone. One chemical runs constantly while the balancing chemical is absent, so the system never fully resets. This contributes to irregular or absent periods, unpredictable bleeding, and over time can thicken the uterine lining in some cases. These internal glitches translate into real-life signs. Common symptoms include irregular cycles, difficulty with ovulation and fertility, skin and hair changes from extra androgen such as acne or excess facial and body hair, and sometimes scalp hair thinning. Many people experience weight gain or trouble losing weight linked to insulin resistance, along with fatigue, brain fog, mood changes, and increased risk of anxiety or depression. Long-term risks, if metabolic health is not addressed, include prediabetes, type 2 diabetes, and cardiovascular-related issues. Importantly, PCOS is not a willpower problem, it's a wiring problem in how the factory's signals and energy systems respond. Why does PCOS look different between people? Because every factory is different. Genetics, the strength of insulin resistance, the degree of androgen excess, and environmental or lifestyle factors all change the way glitches show up. PCOS is a cluster of shifted settings and dials, not a single broken switch. Healthcare professionals don't usually cure PCOS with one pill. They work with the factory to rebalance flow. Depending on goals, management may include lifestyle and nutrition changes to improve insulin sensitivity, medications for insulin resistance where appropriate, hormonal treatments like combined contraceptives to regulate cycles and lower androgens, ovulation induction medications if pregnancy is desired, treatments for skin and hair symptoms, and mental health support. The aim is to rebalance how the factory receives and processes orders, rather than simply silencing alarms. PCOS is not a personal failure. It is the factory operating under confusing instructions, with energy systems and hormone signals pushing and pulling the wrong way. Understanding it as a factory receiving orders but not processing them properly removes blame. With knowledge, support, and care, the factory can be guided toward a healthier, more balanced rhythm, and that understanding is the first real step toward healing.